Alright, everybody. Welcome back. Well, trying to get everybody to Gachikoi in Holocure. And yeah, last time we almost managed to get Moona done. So that is what we're gonna try today. I'm actually really struggling with the setup, and I'm not quite sure why. So I kind of want to have another look at it, but I also don't really want to go through it all again. No, she's got two disadvantages, I think. One is she's a melee character, and I'm not doing a super collab, so that kind of diminishes what she can do. But also, there are some things that are lacking. One is healing, so I'm thinking of dropping study glasses and putting in the nurse's horns. I'm not quite sure that nightly milk is worth the one. Well, I mean, it does increase attack size as well by 10%. And then I guess that goes up to 30, I think. So that is that worth it? I don't know. We're gonna try like this. We are gonna run on the on an easy game anyway. So that the reduced scaling from this will be felt. We might not be able to finish even without the Gachikoi, not the Gachikoi, without the Super Collab. But we'll have to see. And that is why we're here anyway. So, let's go for it. Moona, there she is. We're gonna go with that. Sure, it's hopefully the final one. And yeah, we're gonna use a simple one. The only one that's left is... No, we have Fantasy Island as well. Or Halloween Castle. Let's go with Fantasy Island. And we're gonna go with the... I think we're gonna go with the projectile shield, because there are a lot of projectile enemies in this. We drop potato, so we can take this, or we could take crescent moon. We prefer new ones, as always. Oh, we can eliminate energy drink, and we can take credit card. That's good. Nothing new, so we are gonna take crescent moon here, because it's not worth investing. Oh, that's nice. Owl dagger improved. Not improved, enhanced. Sorry. And Psycho Axe already enchanted. Oh, right. That's actually really nice. And Promise Tiara. Alright. And we've got this one. This is not a bad start, which makes this quite ominous, to be entirely honest. I tend to not have a good time when I'm getting too good of a start immediately. Alright. Let's see how this goes then. Nope, not strong enough to actually deal with that. Wummy Water is the final one, if I remember correctly, so Idle Song it is. I don't have the collab site open yet, so I will have to check that later. I know it's neither headphones nor researcher's code. Let's get rid of that, and I don't want any of this right now. We're gonna go with... Bounce Ball would actually fill this up. What can we combine into? We can get this one. Axe and Idle Song would spec into the Crescent Bardish, which is the one that I want to get first anyway, because it is one of the strongest ones. Even if Idle Song isn't very good. Ninja Headband would be good, because that's a melee, that's a melee, and that's a melee. So this would already pay off. Bounce Ball is a guaranteed hit, and she's in the second largest category, I think. I think let's hold Ninja Headband and let's take Bounce Ball here. Yeah, that's the only new one we get. We are at a minute 35, so okay, okay. We're gonna hold Nurse's Horn, we're gonna take Blacksmith Gear, because we might get an Anvil before we reach the next level. Yeah, alright. What was... Oh, that was the... I don't really take the movement that seriously, even though it is quite nice. Because it does affect pretty much anything. Got the reverse stamp, we're gonna keep that here for the time being. Right, push that into there again. Right, and Researcher's Code, eliminate that. And we're gonna take credit card here. Eliminate Kusugaki Shackles. And take Lunar Construction, no, credit card again. And we're gonna take Crescent Moon. Sure. Yeah, the one thing that I don't like about this map is the sheer amount of obstacles in the way. Oh, I forgot about that. We're gonna apply this because it doesn't cost us anything. And yeah, I do not... Oh, we could go up a bit. And then we'd be on a freer area. So let's take this with us, and then we will move up. Oh, a little bit too close there. All right. Oh, stay out of the reach of that. And we've got another anvil. Oh, and we got more things dropping. No, we're gonna go with that. Double improve that. Take up Nightly Milk, and I think that's it. Yeah, we got everything. All right. So let's move to an area where we have a little bit more space. What is that? I've never seen that before. Yeah. Oh. Come on. Can't get... Well, there's a lot of stuff going on here. This would probably be quite nice. Improve that? Sure. This like her weapon is quite strong against like large groups of weak enemies, which is okay. That's not really what you're looking for. I mean, it's okay for a base weapon, to be entirely honest, because the brunt of your damage will be carried by the others, and this should give you the synergies. Like the base weapon should give you the synergies that you're looking for. Problem with this one is there aren't that many synergies on her base weapon, so that's a bit of a problem. We are gonna go with the credit card here, and we will be improving. Oh, we're gonna finish up credit card, I think, and then we will enchant Idle Song, because that is the first one that we are gonna upgrade. So there we go. All right. Oh, this area is nice. Oh, that's my starting area, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, this area is nice and open. Looks kind of familiar. Okay, we got two anvils dropped. That's pretty good. We don't have any scaling to do because scaling is done with these two. So we are gonna go up to skills. And we've got the knockback one. Sure, let's strengthen this. Let's evade that. And then let's go up here and let's take these two anvils. And let's bump up Psycho Axe. Well, let's finish enchanting stuff first. This enchanted. Bounce ball needs to be enchanted, and that's it. Good. We can enchant this. Like the map is open enough, and it is a north-south primary access map, so it's fine to get Idle Song here. There are worse things to get. Oh, I forgot that I shouldn't be moving around. Yeah, like for Moona, the moving around thing is not really what we're looking for. I can't remember what it's called. Sure. The standing still boost is not really what we're looking for because of the loadout that we're carrying. The weapons, at least some of the weapons later on, benefit from you moving around, so or even requires it to some extent. I'm gonna go with this. Making the standing still stamp not really feasible. Another thing which is, well, which makes it quite weak, is the standing still stamp, I mean, is that you will run into trouble collecting stuff. Like, I want to go down there and collect all the dropped experience, but if I do that, I'm gonna move, which will reduce my damage. I mean, I'm still fine, so I can do that. But it is a hassle to have to reduce your damage just to collect stuff. Oh, that is not what I expected it to be. Okay. We're gonna take... I think we're gonna take this one, to be entirely honest. Oh, there's a lot of stuff incoming. Which one should I go for these? Because these don't get finished up, and if I take something like Ninja Headband, I actually gain significant buffs. This gets buffed, this gets buffed, this doesn't get buffed. I forgot that axe isn't. So only 3, huh? That changes things, question mark? I could get the Ninja Headband, which would improve my speed and melee damage, or I could get Psycho Axe leveled up to level 5, which I think is worth more right now. Yeah, alright. Oh, something's coming. Something wicked this way comes. Nope, skill. Got a skill on offer. Gotta take the skill. I don't want to take crit stamp. It's not really what Moona's about. So if I get the healing stamp, nice. Otherwise, it's gonna be ghost and size, same as always. Or attack maybe. Or what else would be good? Good question. None of these are what I'm looking for right now. So let's take another peek. There is Psycho Axe. Alright. So let's collect some XP to... almost enough. I don't want to get too far afield from here. An attack up. Yeah, sure. Let's take the attack up. And we've got another anvil. Alright, this should be enough to get Psycho Axe up to max. And getting Idle Song up to 5, which means another anvil will put us into the range of where we want to be. This will bring anvil up to, it's not anvil, Idle Song up to the collab level, and I don't know what's gonna come next, because this requires curse to level. This requires wall, which I don't really want to get into right now, and this requires book. So let's see what we get next before we, well, say before we commit, but any of these would give us a benefit right now, so I should. Like, ideally, I want to go towards book, but if I find curse, that's fine. Wall wouldn't be very nice, but if I get an enchanted version, I would take it. But for now, let's go with wall, because as good as well, as bad as the combination is, it's the one that actually does benefit us quite a bit. Do I risk taking the... I kind of want to reroll. Sure, we're going to take Tiara. I am happy to try. They're all stuff that we already have, so we don't have to worry about it. This could have been Potato, which I would have to drop, or Wami Water, which I would have had to drop. Neither of which would have been very good. But that would have been fine. Now, this bar dish doesn't require me to move. The other sausage stuff will require me to move. The legendary sausage does require me moving. Again. Okay, we're gonna finish Tiara here. Just to get more options. Well, to have less options, I should say. In terms of drops. That was an axolotl. Again, none of the ones that I actually want. We're going to finish blacksmith here. Again, to get this stuff. I think we might drop the rock hard here to get some... Well, I don't need coin, to be entirely honest. Not depending on that. Not dependent on that, so... we're gonna keep the standing still one for now. Again, we are not yet in the stage where we have to worry about it. A chicken dropped. Chicken isn't bad, but it's not something that I want. It does freeze for 4 seconds, which is nice. But again, not really what I need. So I could exchange this, but it doesn't actually... Well, it does deal damage, so let's swap these two out. Of course. And again, none of the ones that I actually want. We're gonna go with Ninja Headband here. Alright. This we're gonna say... Well, actually, we're gonna finish Ninja Headband. And I'm gonna take one Nightly Milk, just in case. I could have finished Nightly Milk, to be entirely honest. Probably would have been the... Well, better choice? Don't know. I really do not know. What are you guys doing? What are you planning to do? Now, I no longer have the standing still one, but I got the freeze one now. We got Ian Curse. Alright, Ian Curse and Dagger. So we now can enchant it right away. No, we can't because I didn't save the anvil. The next time we get an anvil, we can enchant it right away. Ah, there we go. We're ignoring all the range damage because we do not care about range damage. We're gonna finish Nightly Milk here because again, we didn't get anything new. We still didn't get anything new. Oh, no, we got the Ian Curse. Dang it. Could have saved that. So Ian Curse and Owl Daggers are the two that we want. We're gonna take Ian Curse here. And that was Nurse's one. Alright. It's fine. Now, because we are in the area where the ranged attacks come, we will have to start to move at some point. Still got the protection, so that's not Not bad. That was a lot of stuff. Would love to see another... Would love to see another anvil, to be entirely honest. There it is. Alright, so this means we can enchant Ian Curse. And... sure. Let's take that one. That hurt a little bit. Alright, we need to work towards the second collab now, because this is getting... It's getting a little bit bad. Not that I wasn't already. I think we're gonna push for Ian Curse, because that is best when dealing with massive amounts of enemies. Of course, then it doesn't drop, so Alden it is. Right. Again, Aldagger, no Ian Curse. Would have preferred Ian Curse, because this is getting... This is getting difficult. By difficult, I mean this is getting annoying. I can still out-heal them, like, without great difficulty. Well, without too much difficulty, I should say. Especially if I upgrade Nurse's Horn, because the lifesteal goes up. But I think we're gonna go Ian Curse here. That is what I've been waiting for the entire time, after all. I thought, yeah, I did see something there. Ooh. That's a load of damage. That is even more damage. Come on, come down here. You don't want to be up there. Ooh. Why you have to be like that? Ooh, that will hurt if it hits. Bounce ball, no Nurse's Horn. Alright. We should be almost done with Luna. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Die already. Come on, Luna. There we go. Speed upgrade, speed upgrade, speed upgrade. And yeah, anvil. I thought I picked up the box. We're gonna finish Ian Curse here, apparently, and we're gonna upgrade our blade, and we're gonna check what we get. It's not what I was hoping for. Then we're gonna pick up our blade here, and we're gonna pick up this one. This one's nice. Swap that and improve it, because let's get this one done. Which means we now have Plague, the blackest of them. And now all we need to check is what comes next. And it's not that one. Book. Perfect. Well, almost. Would have preferred an improved enchanted version. But we can deal with this one. Oh, there's something dropping in my wake. Multiple times. Alright. Oh, that was close. Got stuck on the terrain again. Yeah. What dropped there? Nothing important. Alright. So, we got something that can negate projectiles to an extent. I'm not that keen. Well, I kind of do, but I kind of don't. I need more speed upgrades. That is true, but right now I would prefer some more weapon improvements. Some more collabs would be nice. Right now we are working on Sausage and Veal Book. And I don't know which is better or worse. They're both fairly mediocre. So let's just go with whatever. And oh, another boss already? Oh yeah, 12-minute mark. Okay. Sausage for now. Okay, the chicken and the area of effect stuff that kind of pushes even bosses back is really nice. Sausage it is. And we get bounce ball. What is behind there? Oh, we've got that one. I kind of like the frozen one right now. What's this one? And we've got size. Okay, so we've got a selection. I think we're gonna wait a little bit before we swap it out. I think we're gonna wait at least for Ghost. Sausage or Book. Book is lagging behind a little bit, so let's upgrade that twice. Right, and with that we should be... Something just came charging in. That looked like a group, but that might have been... Attack area and damage by 30%. Alright, we've got the mark, which I'm not a fan of. What else? What else? Like, the mark can be nice if you try to fight something off screen. But that's not what we are on about, so... Attack up? Sure. 13-minute mark. 13-minute mark. I'm not sure. Got flower, we've got SN. SN is not worth it. Well, it depends. Like, it's not worth it Moona because she can't use it. Attacks, additional book. This one we can sell. We can just outright sell. Or we could improve any of these. Well, any of them. Cold stamp. If we decide to swap it out. We're gonna swap that one out. I'm not sure about this one, so we might as well improve this. We might keep Cold Stamp, although most of the ranged attacks do not get frozen, so this is only of limited value against bosses. It is on melee bosses, and like melee bosses that do certain things that are like melee moves, but on ranged bosses this is less valuable when they get higher level and they get like barrages and stuff. So this will get swapped out at some point. Sure. Yes, I've seen you. I did in fact see you. Go away. Alright, we are approaching the 40... No, we've just passed the 40-minute mark. We've got those two, and something to do with them. I don't know. I don't know, man. I can't really decide what to do with that. It's quite difficult. We are at... Well, we are now at 282%, but I think we could use another speed up. Because we aren't really at 282%. Of course. 50-50 chance. If you were wondering what are the chances, 50-50 in this case. And a golden anvil. Alright, there we go. There is the legendary, the one and only. The one where we have to move around all the time. Alright. We got the bat one. The bat one is one that I now don't need because I already have something to upgrade this entire thing. Something just dropped. It wasn't the anvil. Cutting board. Already enchanted. Oh, and Golden Yagu. Alright, we're gonna take Golden Yagu. Sure, push that to max. Another anvil. We're gonna upgrade cutting board because it is the last one that we need. Again, cutting board. And now the question is, what do we take in terms of loadout? I think we're gonna drop. The frozen chicken, and we're gonna drop the drop one. But we don't have everything that trumpet has dropped. Okay. We don't have the ghost one yet. I don't think. No, we don't. Could have taken pickup range, but pickup range is the least useful one. Like, if it were also AoE and not just pickup range, great, but it isn't. That's a problem. Alright, so... oh, there it is. We have Ghost, so we're gonna swap out that one for the collector stamp. And this one will be sold, and we will also sell this one in a moment. We're gonna improve collector and collector. Not collector. Are we gonna go for size or are we gonna go for attack? Attack and crit aren't bad, but I'm not looking like it's an AoE attack for like chumps, so we want to trigger as much as possible. So the size stamp is probably better, so we're gonna swap that out. So this will go away. And we're gonna keep that for now. Like we have enough stuff to actually improve all of them. We just don't have enough slots. And the pacifism, no, I'm not gonna. I mean, it's weapon damage by 15%, but it's not a strong weapon. I'm sorry, it's just not. So we're gonna get rid of all of this. Yeah. All right. I think that's the way to go. We are at 194. I want to be above 200. These are all max. Just to confirm. So I want to check whether the ranged defense that I have equipped works on the final boss, because I think that it doesn't. Attack up. 16 minutes. Yeah, that's an easy one. I was hoping for some... Well, not that. Not that, unfortunately. We have the absolute wall. This can also block projectiles. So we now have two things that can deal with projectiles. And we've got the immunity shield. And I am not sure that the immunity shield works on... Seriously? We are... I don't need to, because this is the last one, but I will eliminate Exportator and I will take one with water. That is the last one that we need. Upgrade that twice immediately to level 3, and we're gonna sell this. The solo stamp is good if you are running... I wonder whether it works on you blocking off slots in the armory. Armory? No, in the bonuses, buffs. I can't remember what it's called. The shop. I think it's called the shop. So yeah, if you block off your additional slots there, do they count as free slots or not? I mean, alternatively, you could leave it open and just not equip anything, because you have enough. You have enough deletes, right, to get all the weapons out? How many weapons do you have? 10. You have 10 weapons. You have to remove 10. which is 10. I think you get 10 deletes, don't you? You get 10 eliminates. That might be an option. Alright, we are not gonna take any improvements to Wami Water on level up, because we will get enough anvils for it, because we still have over 2 minutes left. The trip drop was at least two anvils. And 2 anvils is 1 more than we need. So if it is just 1 anvil, we're good. Well, now I don't need any more speed upgrades. Thanks. I'd love to see another anvil right now, because that would mean I'm not offered some stuff that I don't want anymore. I could just take that. I would have 2 upgrades. Oh, we've got a friend here. Hello, friend. Did I get a haste? Oh yeah, I did get a haste upgrade. He's tough. HP. I kind of don't want this, because it will be a Wami Water unless it's a super item. It isn't a super item, so yeah, we're now at the point where I have to take crit ups, which is also what I don't want. That's right after the collection area up. What is it called? Oh, that is pickup area. Collection area. I guess Bardish. I did enchant it. Good grief. It is great. No, it was supposed to be an upgrade, not an enchant. Dang it. Oh, haste up. Always haste up if you have the chance. If not, the next thing is damage and then HP for her. I think I did the HP run already. We are at 1909. We're not gonna trigger the defense now. Something's going on. Okay. What is that? What is that saying? Just a second. What are you? Mm-hmm. Okay. That is in my wish list? Alright. Weird. Well. Nope. I mean, initially when I first played this level with a different character, I struggled with it a lot more than I'm doing now. That I've gotten used to the dynamics of it. But there's still some stuff that is a pain to deal with. I don't really need another anvil, but I will take it, and hopefully this time I will press upgrade and not the other one. What else? Plague? Sure. Let's upgrade you. Even more anvils, right? I did press upgrade. I checked. And yeah, Crescent Moon. Why not? Now we've got Wami Water and something else left. I mean, we've got the crit rate up to 41% from 20. Was it 20? Can't remember. Yeah, that actually hurts. Okay, so these items, so the shield doesn't work against the final boss. That's good to know. That actually did hurt a little bit. Okay, so the shield doesn't work against the final boss. Oof. That's not nice. At all. Huh. Ow. Why do you have to be so tough? Whoa, 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 whoa. Calma, calma. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, I remember. I'm just starting to remember why I took the healing one last time. So, all right, I was able to confirm one thing. All right, there we go. Whew. Well, that was Moona. Let's at least have a look, because we haven't been on that long. Let's have a look at Ayunda. I say Ayunda, Risu, because that's her first name. Ayunda is her last name. I know. What level is she actually? Oh, she's very close to going to that one, but I suspect. I mean, we can check. She's G rank 25, so she's got all of those, and then she needs 2 normal and 2 hard. We've got 2 normal. We need 2 hard. Yeah, there's no single hard stage that she's unlocked. So we'll probably go back to Grassy Plains at night first. Let's look at her build though. Risu. Ayunda Risu. Yeah, she is nuts in more ways than one. Increase attack size, double the hit limit, bounce when hitting the edge of the screen. There's nothing specific in here. Except that the awakened level does not appear to increase the hit limit. Okay, that's interesting. That bug might have been fixed in recent ones, because as I've discovered, the wiki, which is the Holocure wiki on fandom.com that I'm using, it has not been updated in a while. It's lagging behind a little bit. I shouldn't say it hasn't been updated, but it is lagging behind the content of the game. Her special is Big Nuts. After powerful singing that stuns targets for 3 seconds, Risu summons Big Nuts that slam down, dealing 400% damage to all targets around. Each Acorn explosion also launches 20 non-stop nuts around it. I'm gonna get into that in a moment. These nuts have damage equal to level 2 non-stop nuts and 67% increased speed. Okay. Non-stop nuts. When defeating a target, there's a target explodes into nuts that scatter, dealing 60%, 80%, or 100% of main weapon damage. So main weapon damage. So main weapon damage is actually important for this skill. That's the only thing that's important for this skill. The rest is irrelevant. Yeah, that's just some details. And then we have these, of course. Good grief. I forgot that she's just a walking meme. Inflicts internal damage. Yeah, it does. Risu's main weapon has a 10% chance to inflict damage. Well, 10, 15, 20%. Chance to inflict damage equal to 25% of a non-boss target's HP. That's just okay. That's just straight up percent damage, but only non-boss target. Okay, so that's an AO. That is an brain not work. COC. CC, not COC. CC. Crowd control. Good grief. Oh dear. Yeah. We're gonna look through this, but then I'll stop. It's not. It's not been the most productive day, but it's not been the most relaxing day either. I can tell you that much. Targets cannot be affected by these more often than once every 3 seconds. Additionally, each subsequent application doubles the timer. Alright, so like killing an enemy with this, even if it triggers every time that it can trigger, would take so that's 0, that's 3, that's 6, and that's 12. That's 21 seconds. That's a long time. For an enemy to be on the screen. Alright, at least a non-boss enemy. DLC is the third skill. Again, I'm not sure that this is still up to date. But this is what we're going to use as a basis, because I have no way to look that up in-game. Still no way to look that up in-game. I don't get it. Like, nothing. Not in the shop. It's not in here anywhere. Like, I see nuts and big nuts. I don't see anything else. There's no description of her actual skills. Okay, DLC. Gain 1, 2, or 3 holocoins every 3 seconds. After gaining holocoins 5 times, create another Risu, maximum 3, for 15 seconds, dealing 30, 35, 40% of your weapon damage. That is all weapon damage, I believe, not just main weapon damage. So that's interesting. What's also interesting is that there's no synergy listed, no item synergy listed on here. And yeah, from the skills that I've seen, there isn't any synergy. Again, I mean, okay, ID was one of the earliest groups that came out. So the... Oh, interesting. So the synergies weren't that important. Actually, I ignore what I just said. All right. First of all, damage dealt by these completely ignores any damage modifications. Targets cannot be affected by these more. Oh, that's what I read. No damage ignores any damage modifications. Even the skill one? Well, yeah, it can't. Well, yeah, because it's 25% of a non-boss target's HP, so it ignores any modifiers on that. All right. And on DLC, it says the Risu copies can collect XP and holo coins like a summon. That's good. DLC can be triggered by any instance of the player gaining holo coins. That is true. This includes holo coins gained from stolen piggy bank. So that's interesting. We're gonna look into maximizing income, because having the DLCs up is really nice. Oh yeah, holocoins gained from Halu does not trigger the skill, because they don't drop. Those are not items that drop and that you collect. Like I think in Piggy Bank that no, it doesn't. Okay, there is something that automatically gives you collects the things, which is collects coins, which is. Super Chatter time. Here, they get dropped and then picked up automatically, and that triggers. The Halu does not. This just gives you a holo coin. You just gain that. Interestingly, this one also says gain, but this triggers. Yeah, all right. Well, we will be taking piggy bank. We will be taking super chatter time. We will be taking because these are synergies, so we will take them. This is also not a recovery skill. Dang it. None of these are. No. She's got some good damage output though, so I'm not sure that Nurse's horns will be required. What's her main weapon? Her main weapon is a multi. That's brilliant. Because that means I can go for the SN. And I'm not gonna use Ninja. I might be using Focus Shades. And I might be respecting completely into ranged. Yeah, I think so. So that's what we're gonna do next time. We also are going to use Idle Costume. Idle Costume? Hang on. What other interesting super collabs do we have? This might be a point where we might get to try some other stuff. We're not going to use the True Infinite BL works. We might. I don't know. I think it's going to be Idle Life. Genghis Khan would be an option. Doesn't really do much. Snow Queen would be interesting because it gives us crit. How is a crit looking? 5% base. It's not the worst. It's not the best by far, but it is it is better than Moona's. Let's see. Holo ID, Area 15, Moona, and Iofi. Iofi has 1. Moona has 1% as well. Hang on, let me check. I think Crony is a. No, even Crony only has 3%. Who's a crit character? Who works with crits a lot? I cannot remember, to be entirely honest. I know that there are some crit characters. Yeah, I was it Robocore? Was it Robocore? Oh, she's got a 5%, so it's a high. I'd say it's probably a fairly high percent crit range. A crit percentage. Also, that gets increased. Speaking of increase, let's look at the upgrades. We get 10 rerolls. We get 10 eliminates. There it is. So we could do that. Okay. We get 5 holds with all of these active. And the crit chance is increased by 10%. Plus the not this one. I think that was one of these. Yeah, the fan letters. There is the fan letters is something that we also get. We have enchantments, stamps, material finds, supports. Yeah, the support. Okay, the support I need to swap out. I need to remember that because that is not very useful. I'm surprised that she doesn't get anything from food pickups. I would have loved to seen that, you know, because squirrel. Right. Well, that's what we're gonna do next time. Next time we're gonna have a look at Ayunda Risu and we're gonna check out her build. which I think last time I checked it, I found quite nice. We're gonna have to see whether that still holds up. Other plans? Let me think. End of this week, on Friday, we're gonna have another stream. That will be the Ayundarisu stream. And on the weekend, I plan to make another live stream about leatherworking. There's a small project that I want to do, and I'm gonna live stream that. So if anyone sees it before then, I hope you will be looking forward to that. If not, I will see you maybe next time. Until then, bye bye.